Hello and welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all Pennsylvania students, sponsored by the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. PACAC is a nonprofit association comprised of more than 1,200 school counselors, college admission counselors, independent education consultants, and other professionals responsible for guiding students through the important transition from high school to post-secondary options. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at PACAC.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, PACAC.org. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters.
Hello, my name is Kathy Cunningham and I'm the Director of Admissions and Enrollment Services here at Reading Area Community College. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We appreciate your time and we'd like to invite you to learn more about RACC, the community's college located in Berks County. Today's presentation will highlight our degree programs as well as our career training programs and programs available through our Schmidt Training and Technology Center. Joining me on the presentation today are Deborah Detweiler and Linda Quester, our Enrollment Services Coordinator and High School Outreach Specialists, Aria Bradley, who is the Director of Career Training, Community Education, and Professional Development. And I don't think we have Judy Vecchio. We may have someone joining us by audio later. So with those introductions, I'd like to begin the presentation and I will pass to Deborah Detweiler.
Thanks, Kathy. So I'm just going to talk about some of the benefits of community college in general and, RACC as well. So first and foremost is affordability. Community colleges are less expensive than four-year schools, and I will go in more depth in that a little bit later. Flexible scheduling and learning modalities. So currently, RACC is offering face-to-face classes on campus, although not nearly as many as we normally do before COVID, but we are offering face-to-face classes as well as remote through Zoom. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that by now. And then we also the traditional online and how that's different, how the Zoom and traditional online are different. The Zoom is when, if you have a class scheduled at 10 o'clock, then you need to be there at your computer at 10 o'clock. You would be seeing the professor as well as other students. Traditional online is set up that there's not a specific time for you to be there. You still would have assignments and due dates and all that type of thing. You have access to your professor, but it's basically on your schedule. It's you don't have to be logged in at any specific time. Currently, RACC is offering 51 different programs. 10 of them can be completed totally online. Those programs, and you'll hear a little bit about those later, but those 10 programs can also be done on campus, but it is possible if you choose to be online, you can complete a whole degree online. And then faculty dedicated to teaching and learning. And what that means is at a community college, our professors and instructors are here because they love to teach, and that's what they do. Unlike at a four-year school, and specifically some of the large universities where professors are there and they're doing their own research, they have things they need to publish periodically. Oftentimes, they may not even be the one who comes to the class to teach it. They may send a teaching assistant. And one is not right, wrong, good, bad, but it's just different. And at community college, like I said, your instructors, your professors are here, their main focus is to teach. So just something to keep in mind when you're making decisions about where you want to be going to school. And now we will go on to my favorite slide, which is the tuition comparison. So I always like this, this graph because it's just a good visual, I think. These are averages, sort of ballpark figures, but it gives you a pretty good idea of the difference in tuition. So on the far left is community college, or actually that could be RACC specifically, tuition for a year or 2 semesters, $5,700. When you're moving to the right, that's the PACAC schools, or our state schools, PACAC standing for the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education. We often just refer to those as our state schools. Pennsylvania has 14 of them. One's in this area: Kutztown, Millersville, Westchester, East Stroudsburg, Bloomsburg, Shippensburg. But anyway, the tuition there is just under $10,000. 9,000, the average again, 9,900. And unless you live close to one of the state colleges that you would be commuting to, you would probably be living on campus. Your room and board is an additional $12,000 a year. So you're looking at a state school in the neighborhood of $22,000 a year. Moving over then to the right is state affiliated. State affiliated is your Penn State, Temple, and University of Pittsburgh. That average tuition, $12,700. Once again, putting room and board on that, you're looking at a year of about $25,000. And then on the right, that column is our private colleges and universities in Pennsylvania. And there are a lot of them in Pennsylvania. Average tuition, about $38,000 for a year, plus your room and board. So somewhere around $50,000 a year, and that's just the average. $50,000 for room and board and tuition. But as I was looking at some of the tuitions as I was getting this together, there's 15 private colleges in Pennsylvania that have their tuition is like in the 50,000, just the tuition alone. So you can see why more students are looking at community college, choosing to go to community college for 2 years, and then transferring on for a bachelor's degree if that's the degree they would like to be getting. One can be taking at community college those general education classes, we call them gen eds. And those are the classes that you're going to have to take no matter what college you go to, no matter what your major is. Things like, in English or literature, math, social sciences, arts and humanities. So you can be taking those classes at community college. And then if you want to be getting a bachelor's degree, transfer at that point, and you certainly could be saving yourself quite a bit of money. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the different associate degrees offered here at RACC, and then my coworkers will go into a little more detail about them later. So what we offer at RACC is associate degrees, and associate degrees can be completed in 2 years if you are going full-time and you're starting right at college level. Not everybody goes full-time, and that's fine. Just to give you an idea, though, it's an associate degree is maybe 20, 21, 22 classes. And that's then about half of what a bachelor's degree is. So if you would choose to go on to a bachelor's degree, you would be going in more than likely as a junior. Associate of Art, Associate of Science is designed to transfer to a 4-year school to get your bachelor's. We also have an associate in applied science, and that's designed more to go out in the workforce when you complete that degree. We also have career training certificates that one can do in about 6 months. And we also have basic skills, developmental reading, writing, and math. And how another way that community college is different than four-year schools is when you're applying to a four-year school, they're going to be looking at your transcripts, test scores. Maybe they want you to write an essay, have an interview, and then they're going to look at that and they'll say, yes, we want you, or no, we don't. At a community college, we want everybody. Everybody's welcome here. And we too will look at your transcripts and test scores. However, depending how you do on those, we also have these developmental classes. So if you're not up to college level yet, you could take some developmental courses, get yourself up to speed, and then start with your college classes. And then at this point, I am going to turn it over to my coworker, Linda, who's going to talk about some of the more in depth about the different degree programs we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Welcome, everyone. As Deborah referenced, RACC presently offers 10 programs of study, and these can be completed entirely online. And those programs of study are accounting, business administration, computer information systems, the general studies, psychology, social work, elementary education, secondary education, and the cyber defense certificate. Now, of course, at the present time, all of our programs of study can be completed entirely online. And also we have our course offerings in remote and in-person classes as well. As far as the cyber defense certificate, that is an add-on credential. Right, the 5 divisions of degree programs that are offered at Reading Area Community College are listed here. The business and computer technology, science, technology, engineering, and math, or our STEM courses, health professions, communications, arts and humanities, and the social sciences and human services programs. Now, on each of these specific programs of studies, you're going to see that there are transfer opportunities listed. Now, the transfer opportunities that are listed on these slides are already established agreements that we have with local colleges and universities. However, it's very important to note, keep in mind that the credits that you earn from RACC courses have a high transferability rate anywhere you would go. So our fully online programs, again, are going to be accounting, business management, and the cybersecurity certificate in this division. The Communication, Arts, and Humanities divisional programs of study provide a curriculum that parallels the courses taught at four-year universities, and it allows the RACC students to transfer into a baccalaureate program on the junior level, or they can gain professional expertise and gain employment in any chosen area within these majors. Our STEM programs, science, technology, engineering, and math divisional programs of study provide a strong foundation for our students to transfer into bachelor's degree programs into first and second year science, math, and general ed requirements having already been completed at RACC before transferring. Our labs that we have on Reading Area Community College campus have been recently renovated, and they are state-of-the-art. You can view these labs as well as our entire campus by visiting our website, www.racc.edu, and then select the virtual tour, which is listed under our admissions tab. Social Science and Human Services Division, all of these programs of study can be completed entirely online. And they also prepare the student for transfer to complete a bachelor's degree in social work, the social sciences, human services, which would include anthropology, history, or sociology, psychology, and our educational programs. We also have something really wonderful here. We have opportunities for our students to complete bachelor's programs in early childhood education and social work. And the bachelor's programs are provided right here on the RACC campus through agreements with Kutztown University. Health professions is very popular on our RACC campus. And those include our medical laboratory technician, respiratory care, and our nursing programs. These programs feature national level certification or licensure upon completion. Our clinical affiliates are located within a 5-county region, and these medical facilities will frequently retain the RACC students after they conclude their period of clinical practice, and they're retained for ongoing employment. RACC offers, again, the 21st century technologies, simulation labs, and these are viewable on our virtual tour, as I previously mentioned, under www.racc.edu under the admissions tab. Now back to Kathy for additional information.
So I know we've been talking a lot about our transferring our credits and transferring to other institutions, but we'd just like to share this slide just to further illustrate that community college credits are real credits and they do transfer to other colleges. And these bullets, as you can see, are just illustrating all of the different colleges and universities that our students have transferred to and the institutions that have accepted our credits. And as you can see, it's a great list. That 780 colleges and universities have accepted RACC transfer credits. So now you want to be a RACC student, what do you need to do? So there's just a couple easy steps that you need to do. And the first step is complete our free online application. Even if you're not sure you want to come to RACC, even if you're thinking that you might consider a couple other schools in addition to RACC, we ask that you consider to apply anyway. It's no obligation. There's no fee involved. It just gets your information into our system so that we can then send you information, keep you in the loop when we're having events and other opportunities. So it's just a good way for you to continue to get some information about RACC. And again, there's no obligation or fee. Once you've completed your application, you will go to the next process of enrollment, which is meeting with an enrollment coordinator, which would be Deborah or Linda. And they'll do what we call a placement evaluation. They will look at your SAT scores, your AP scores, maybe other college coursework that you have, high school transcripts. And then at that point, they may or may not recommend that you take our placement test. Once that you are set up to be eligible for enrolling, they will connect you with an academic advisor who will help you register for your classes. And although this is listed as step number 4, I think this probably should be number 2. You need to apply for your financial aid, and you need to do this no matter where you're going. You need to be sure to go to the FAFSA website and complete your FAFSA. Here at RACC, we do provide a service for all our students, or actually anyone, even if you don't come to RACC. We do financial aid workshops, and we have a FAFSA lab here on campus in our financial aid office where you can sit down with someone and they will help you complete your FAFSA. We also have a virtual FAFSA lab. So if you don't want to come on campus, you can log in through Zoom, and they do weekly, it's a couple hours a day where they're available to help you through Zoom to complete your FAFSA as well. So this is a slide with contact information for Deborah and Linda. We have the schools listed for each of their territories underneath their contact information. You can check that out and see who you would be assigned to if you're not quite sure, or you you just don't want to, if you just send an email to admissions@racc.edu, we can connect you with your coordinator, or you can give us a call, or you can shoot them an email and they'd be happy to assist you in getting enrolled. At this point, I'm going to turn over the presentation to Aurea Bradley, who is again the Director of Career Training, Community Ed, and Professional Development.
Hi, everyone. I am pleased to share with you some information about our career training programs and services that we offer in the Center for Career Training, Community Education, and Professional Development. Moving on to the next screen. The RACC career training programs are designed to help students gain valuable vocational skills so they can immediately enter the workforce in a career field in either healthcare or business. We currently offer 12 career training programs, 9 are in healthcare and 3 are in business. All programs are high in demand. All our instruction is hands-on and designed to engage students through a smaller classroom setting. So I would like to review with you a little bit about the programs, and we'll start with pharmacy technician. That is one of our newest programs. It is a 15-week program, and a pharmacy technician works closely with a pharmacist in hospitals, drug and or grocery stores where they have pharmacies and other medical settings to help prepare and distribute medicines to patients. They use technology to help maintain accurate patient records, prepare and package medications, and place orders. Pharmacy technicians can work in large hospitals or smaller clinics and or retail pharmacies like CVS, Rite Aid, or Walmart. Our medical assistant program is a 24-week program, and medical assistants often take medical histories and record vital signs of patients. So when you go to a doctor's office, the first person you usually meet with when they take you to the back is a medical assistant. And the medical assistant will complete some administrative and clerical tasks in the office of the doctors or hospitals and other healthcare facilities. Medical secretary or the receptionist, their main duties include answering phones, greeting people who walk into an office or who call in. Their day might be filled with some clerical, administrative, and organizational tasks that include making appointments, typing documents, filling and answering phone calls, and returning messages. They are often employed in clinics, hospitals, and or small doctor's offices. Our nurse aid program is a 120-hour program, and nurse aides help patients with activities of daily living and or other healthcare needs under the direct supervision of a RN or an LPN, and are primarily employed in long-term care facilities. A phlebotomist collects blood samples, labels, vials with patient names and dates, provides proper patient identification, especially when working on the hospital floors, making sure if you ever are in a hospital, you might have a hospital band on and they might come and scan your band. That's to make sure they have the right person with the right vial that they're collecting the specimen. And then they transport all specimen samples to a nearby laboratory. In a hospital setting, the laboratory might be within the hospital, or they might send it out to another independent lab. A medical insurance and billing specialist helps the healthcare facility manage insurance claims, invoices, and payments. The day-to-day work of a medical coding and billing specialist includes properly coding services, procedures, diagnosis, and treatments so that they can prepare and send invoices for claims to be paid by insurance companies. So they mainly use computer systems and software systems specific to coding, and they enter that information to then be sent off for payment. A dental assistant prepares patients for dental work. So when you go in the dentist's office, you see they take you back, you usually don't see the dentist first, you see the dental assistant. They're helping with infection control by sterilizing and disinfecting instruments, setting up instrument trays, preparing materials, and also in a lot of cases, they stay in the room when the dentist is in the room with you. So they assist the dentist by handing maybe some of the instruments while the dentist is performing the check in your mouth or performing a procedure. A veterinary assistant tasks include feeding, weighing, and taking the temperature of animals. Other routines may be include giving medication, cleaning cages, or providing nursing care before and after surgery or before and after other medical procedures. An administrative assistant or an office assistant, their duties include answering phone calls and providing that information to relevant staff, scheduling meetings and appointments. They might be inside of a staff meeting taking the staff meeting notes, and then they would type them up and send them out. Ordering and taking stock of supplies. They're usually a point of contact within the office setting for staff, and they can be employed in various workplaces such as healthcare and or business. The career training programs are affordable with many funding opportunities, including Career Link funding, financial aid, and generous scholarships through the foundation. There might be additional costs that include books and fees outside of program tuition. I would like to mention that the pharmacy technician program includes all costs. It includes your textbooks and your fees. The exam, the certification exam, is an additional cost to students. The nurse aid program includes textbooks in your tuition, and there are additional costs for testing that is an added cost for students. There is help available and financial aid available for most of our programs. So what is a typical salary for our graduates? As you see under there, we list our programs on the screen, and I'm gonna point out a few of the starting salaries for some of our programs. A medical assistant can earn $19 per hour. And these salaries are local salaries within Berks County. A pharmacy technician can earn up to $25 an hour. Medical insurance and billing specialist, $19 per hour. And a phlebotomist can earn $18 an hour, just to name a few. As part of the career training programs, our students are enrolled in internships within the local healthcare and business workforce. So while you're a student in our program, in our career training courses, towards the end of your program, you would complete an internship. For example, some of our local employers include Tower Health, Penn State Health, and Smile Builders. Internship hours range from 150 to 200 hours. It depends on your total hours of your program. We currently have 74 internship sites within Berks County. Program students often receive a job offer from these internship sites upon completion. So we have a great relationship with our internship sites and our local employers, and our students are often, they finish their internship and come back to us and say, I got a job offer. So we are really excited about our students having that opportunity within the workforce. As part of the Center for Career Training, Community Education, and Professional Development, we also offer adult education. And part of adult education is the GED classes. So individuals can come and prepare to They get prepared in the skills to sit and take the GED exam. Reading Area Community College is also a GED testing center. So once students finish their GED preparation and are ready to take the exam, they can actually schedule to take the exam here at the college. We are an official testing center. So we offer GED prep and ESL classes. Instruction is offered in a hybrid model. So we have students who come into class 1 day a week, and then the next day they are online virtually, and they're actually Zooming into their classroom. So we have a hybrid model offered for our students. We have case management and tutoring services available both face-to-face and or remotely. So how do you contact us? You can contact us by calling the Career Training Information Center at the number on the screen, or you can visit us at the link provided, direct link from our website. You can also contact our Literacy Programs Information Center, and the number is listed on the screen. I've also included my contact information so that you can contact me. My email is abradley@racc.edu, and my contact number is on the screen. If you would like further information about our career training or literacy programs, please feel free to contact us via our website or by calling one of our information centers, where our staff are waiting to assist you with any of your questions and can help guide you through the admissions enrollment process. At this time, I would like to thank you for your time and would like to turn the presentation back over to Kathy.
Thank you, Aria. So our last two slides, we're just going to give you some information about our Schmidt Training and Technology Center. So there's two parts to the Technology Center. There's a section of the building that is devoted to technology training based on local employer needs. So the local Reading employers come to RACC and they tell us what kind of training their employers need, their employees need. And then we work with them and design some of those training programs so they can send their employees here to get trained. There's a great video on the website. I'm not going to play it now, that you can check out if you're interested. And it really gives a nice overview of the facility. It's also highlighted very nicely in our virtual tour. The Training and Technology Center offers 2 technical degrees. These are 4-credit degrees. It's the Mechatronics AAS and the Machine Tool Technology AAS. This is programs where students will earn industry recognized certificates as they work through those programs. There are paid internship opportunities available as well while you're getting your degree. Both degrees will put you in high demand occupations, and our placement rate is 100%. Both degrees, again, as we've been saying all along, are transferable to 4-year programs should you choose to pursue a bachelor's degree. As on our credit side as well, both degrees are providing individual flexible scheduling. We're all about flexible scheduling here at RACC with hands-on skills training. If you'd like more information about the mechatronics or machine tool programs, you can contact Judy Vecchio at that contact information below. That concludes our presentation. I see that we had a question.
Kathy, I answered that.
Perfect.
It was a student, Matthew, who goes to BCTC and wanted to know, did he need to reapply? And the answer is yes. So you do need to reapply. Do that sometime this school year. You would be reapplying this time as a degree-seeking student. And then including in that your start semester, whether it be the summer or the fall. And once again, that application is right on the main web page. It's 3 pages. It'll just take you 10, 15 minutes, and there's no fee for it. But yes, if you have been a student here, either through dual enrollment or BCTC, or early admissions for that matter, you do need to reapply once you're becoming a degree-seeking student here after you graduate.
Right. Thank you, Deborah.
Oh, wait, I see another one. Oh,
that's
thank you.
Matthew.
You're welcome.
I think we have a couple more participants before we sign off. Are there any more questions? If you have any questions, you can feel free to type it in the chat box and we'll answer it for you. Okay. Well, if there are no more questions, that will conclude our presentation. We want to thank you for attending today. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to our presenters. If you wouldn't mind unsharing your screen, we'll go ahead and wrap up for today. Thank you to all of you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at pacac.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other session recordings at pacac.org or pacac.org. Thank you again to our wonderful presenters. Thank you to all of you joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.